Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Does It Legacy, the game show where we determine if it indeed does legacy. Let's bring out the three contestants for this evening. Standing at number 1, we have Vindicta, a tenacious dragon rider raised in the grotworm lair. She will definitely prove to be a formidable opponent. I'm so sorry about that, guys. How's it going? Today we're gonna put to the test a very important question that I'm sure nobody has ever asked before. Legacy mode. Is it any good? I'm not quite sure. I really don't use this anywhere except for DK, so today we are going to test it on a few different bosses. So first, I took my happy butt over to Vindicta. So if you're brand new to Vindicta and you want to learn the mechanics, honestly, I couldn't recommend this more, which is a little strange, just to learn the mechanics. I just want to make it known that you are not going to get fast kill times doing this, but if you want to see exactly how the boss works, this is a pretty decent way. It took me about double my normal kill time in order to get the kill on this boss, but that being said, all I had to do was avoid the smoke mechanic and change my prayer to pray range when Vindicta and Gorvek, is that how you say it, does the range attack. So at the end of the day, it brings back that old nostalgic memory of just standing there and letting your character kill the boss. So if you're lazy like me, it's fine, I guess. Solid 6 out of 10. But if you're looking for quicker and more optimized kills, definitely consider using a Revolution ++ bar. And if you're wondering, my kill time was 2 minutes and 50. So next up on our slaughter list, we've got the Queen Black Dragon, a long forgotten boss that nobody really seems to want to go to anymore, unless you're going for the pet. Good luck. Quick fun fact, the highest kill count on this boss is 107.5 thousand. What even? First off, does anybody notice how different this place looks now that you have access to different skyboxes? Because let me just say, the view kinda blew me away. But overall, I came here with my Inquisitor staff, and we managed to make a little bit of a fool out of her, but it took us 2 minutes and 5 seconds to do so. Now, I know there are people out there who are able to get sub 1 minute kills. I'm not one of them, but don't expect to kill this very quickly. I was also using Blood Barrage for a little bit of healing, and I really never had trouble with food. So, if you want to learn how to do the QBD with Legacy mode, I would say go right ahead. Bring yourself back to 2013 or whenever this boss came out, and have yourself a merry old time. If you really want to step it up, bring yourself a War Tortoise. Overall, just for nostalgia purposes, I'm giving this a 7 out of 10 because I can. So the very last boss I wanted to try out may seem a little daunting to some people, but this might end up surprising you. So I went to Araxor, as you can see on screen. I was using my Ruby Becriminal Bolts, full Sirenic, an Ascension main hand with a Shadow Glaive offhand. Everything was perked out with pretty introductory perks. So I started the fight. Now, I was a little concerned about not being able to hit very much and the phases taking forever, but here is something super interesting. The fight did not take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. Now I decided to do Darkness Path because I do need a spider leg bottom, so that's the path that I went down. It took me a little long to reach the light phase things, whatever, the beams of light, but ultimately that wasn't really a huge issue. What I was really concerned about was when I reached Araxi at the end, but for just Araxor, my hits were actually pretty decent. It didn't take me very long after the web burned down to get through the first path, and then from there I was well on my way. So now we get to the Araxi fight, or P4. Quite honestly, this was basically a breeze. I didn't have to worry about doing anything except keeping on top of my prayer switches, which was super easy to do as I was using ranged and you only have to pray magic or range. There is something you want to look out for though, and that is when she spawns the little spinning core thing that you need to run away from. But honestly, doing Araxi at 0% enraged like this, the core hit me, I simply just moved away, I missed a prayer switch, it was totally okay, I was still pretty high health, I ate a food and continued the kill. This one really shocked me, quite honestly. I didn't expect Araxor to be any good with Legacy, but if, just like all the other ones, you want to learn the mechanics of it, this actually comes strongly recommended from me. Now I know people might disagree with this because you're not putting in any actual input, but you do get to see what the boss is all about, and at the end of the day, all you have to worry about is staying on top of your prayers. The downside to this was I was ripping through Ruby the Criminal bolts like I was giving them away for free, but ultimately that's not a huge deal. I only ended up using about 30 to 40 of them, and I made that money back with the drop. It's just a solid way to learn the mechanics of it. So in terms of a score for this boss, I give it a solid 9 out of 10. If you want to learn how to properly do the mechanics and get the hang of the prayer switches at a Raxor, I would 100% switch to Legacy and just try to get yourself through a kill. It's not the most efficient way of going about it. With a kill time of 4 minutes and 52 seconds, that is like maybe a minute longer than my fastest kill. I'm not super good at this boss, but a minute sacrificed to use the Legacy mode is a total win in my book. So thank you for watching the pilot episode of my new TV show, Does It Legacy? I can't even with this. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was super interesting to make. If you want to see other Legacy content, I guess, let me know down below. And if you liked what you saw here, a like and a subscription is super appreciated. Also try to catch me out on stream where I die a lot. With that being said, have a good day, everybody. Bye.